Hey everybody, I hope this live stream or video finds you doing well. I do talk a lot about I talk a lot about God, Judaism, and so on and so forth. I have been known to go off topic, and this is definitely going to be one of those days where I am going to be off topic. And so, as you can tell, I'm going to be talking about front end cameras, where the cameras that can record everything that's going on in the front of your vehicle. I thought this was an idea that I thought of. It wasn't all that big of a deal. But then God let me hear a conversation while after I parked my vehicle. And the conversation was between a middle aged guy and a guy that was significantly younger. And I first need to say that the advice that the older gentleman gave to the younger version really, truly, extremely bad advice. I mean, it couldn't be worse advice if he would have tried. The extremely bad advice was that the younger gentleman should just be okay with walking in front of cars because if the cars hit him, that he'll get a lot of money. And they had walked in, and this was in a parking lot of a grocery store. So, cars are supposed to be really careful. This kind of caught me a little bit off guard because here's the real deal. In 2019, I was involved in a serious accident. I no longer can throw a football, a baseball, or anything. I just cannot rotate the shoulder any longer. It also left me with two bulging discs in my neck. It affects this area of the hand. And I did get scratched a little deeply there, and I didn't even feel it. So it does appear to be widening a little. Um, it re-injured my left knee. It did even more damage to the lower back. And yes, there was a settlement, but that settlement was because my health is not as good as what it was before the accident. I would not trade my health in for money. So this guy was giving him really, really bad advice. But it does go to the fact that the middle class in America is being diminished, if you will. There are people who were middle class, they're now poor, and they're trying to get creative in ways of making money instead of just going out and earning it or playing with the stock market or whatever the case might be. They're just wanting to instead just trade their health in for money. Well, I own a pretty nice vehicle. I Yeah, it does. It makes me look like I'm rich. I'm not rich. I'm hoping that God will allow me to get rich. And I have some things I'm going to be doing this week to get to that goal, but that doesn't mean I'm there yet. And I know that I have friends on my Facebook who are in a similar circumstance like myself. And I know I have everybody from the middle class up to extremely rich who follow me, who We are Facebook friends with some of them. I have doctorates and I have rabbis with doctorates in theology following me. I have a huge variety of people who do follow me. So, and I am going to send a copy, I'm going to send a link to this video to a corporation and say, hey, look, we really need to get this done. And here's the thing. I'm personally right now starting my own campaign of safety first. And that is to encourage everybody who is definitely middle class up to um whoops up to from middle class up to just being extremely rich, to go back to your dealership, get a front end camera put on your front windshield. This could save your backside. This really could. Because first of all, let's go back to my background. I was a truck driver. That was what I was into. That was how I made my money. So with me, when I finally got out of the truck and I could no longer enter into the truck, I left the trucking industry with a very good safety record. And to me, it was always safety first. Nothing else mattered. But having said that, I know that there would be people that would just jump in front of side the truck, so I would hit them because that they were trying to hurt themselves, and these things do happen. And if you're experiencing emotional or mental trauma, please get help. I believe the number would be 211 on your phone. There's people who would want to help you out, or go to a hospital and check yourself in. But anyhow, there are people out there who would be willing to risk their life and their health to see how much money they can get out of someone else. And that conversation I heard today, Sunday, November 3rd of 2024, proved it. If you have an RV, a tour bus, a semi truck, a pickup truck, any kind of vehicle, I would really encourage you, go get yourself a front end camera so that when you're driving down the road, that you know what's happening. And if something bad was to happen, it will be on that video. And that ends the story there. So if someone pulls something they shouldn't pull, you will have the proof. And that is very, very important, folks. These things are very important. I have already almost been in 2 or 3 situations to where that camera really would have saved me from going to jail and maybe prison. Now, insurance companies don't give out discounts for having those. And I'm sorry that they don't. I believe they should, because it saves them just as much as it saves you. So, because of how things are in today's society, I would submit that you really do need to go get one. And let me tell you something. If everybody from the middle class to the extremely wealthy did indeed have camera on their dashboard or on their front window, recording everything that's going on. It wouldn't take long for those who would seek to try and hurt you by hurting themselves to stop that bunch of stuff. And I can promise you, I absolutely have one on my vehicle. I would not ever think about going down the road without it. And it is to stop people trying to get money out of me. It's to stop me from going to jail or prison. Because here's one thing, I was never in a severe accident during my truck driving days. I'm not going to let someone try and put me in that situation, even at this age. It is, so having a front end camera, dash cam, that is extremely, extremely important. Let's say somebody did something in front of a tour bus, let's say, or an RV, then you've got pictures, man. You've got all the pictures you need. You got the video. You can just sit back and take it easy and try and help the unfortunate human being as much as you can. So I guess there really wouldn't be too much more I can say on this issue, but I'm really hoping that y'all take my advice. It's not I'm not giving advice that I don't live by. I live by it. Trust me. And I think that if on most vehicles there was that dash cam, that some of this stuff would absolutely stop. They wouldn't have to. There wouldn't be no real long, dragged out investigations. People waiting to be getting away with some of the stuff they do today. And it protects you. I love you all. God bless.